Welcome back, everybody. We're Beyond Movies. I'm Callum. That's Kyle. Kyle, how we doing, Mush? Had a good day?
I'm alright, Mush,
Yeah.
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 What
It's a
some fucking Super Bowl shenanigans going on?
yeah. Well, there weren't really that many trailers. There was teasers to trailers that are coming out later in the week and stuff like that.
Mm.
And it's like for the Super Bowl trailers we actually got, it's probably been like the worst year. But the one full trailer we did get was fucking spectacular, so it kind of made up for it with that. I was up last night. What did you just mouth?
Hmm?
What did you just mouth?
Mouth?
Yeah,
What do you mean mouth?
I said it was spectacular, and you went something like this. You went.
No, I will just. I was reacting to what you were saying, but I didn't say anything. I didn't mouth anything. I was just like, I was going into a yawn, and I must have. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
a bit fucking. I'm a bit broken today.
yeah, you are, mate. But anyway, Thunderbolts. Technically, trailer 2. I know we got the D23 special look, which were kind of a very similar trailer to the first one. We've got a new one now, the one that gives you more story detail and stuff like that. I cannot fucking wait for this film. This trailer. Now, it was better than last week's Fantastic Four one, but last week's Fantastic Four one was a teaser. This is like the final trailer of like, right, this is the last trailer we're putting out, then it'll be little bits here and there. I'm completely sold on this. This felt to me. Now, I'm not saying this in like a negative way, because I've enjoyed quite a lot of stuff after Endgame. This trailer felt very pre-Endgame. That feeling before Endgame, you'd watch a Marvel trailer and you'd think you wouldn't have a worry in the back of your head going, is this going to be good or out like that? I just watched this trailer going, this is going to be fucking awesome. And I know it is. Sentry going into the, with his alter ego, the Void. That looks frightening as fuck. The whole team dynamic, it looks like we're going to actually have some emotion in there as well. John Walker looks great, especially when he's carrying on with Yelena when she's shooting at him with shield. Would Alexei just fanboying over the Winter Soldier any chance he gets, even when he's tied up by him. I
So
love this
cool.
trailer. I love this trailer from start to finish. Kyle, what did you think of this trailer? Any standout moments for you? Are you getting that same sort of feel that I'm getting?
I don't know if I'm there yet, but I would say this. I think the whole concept of the Thunderbolts, I was like, it's gonna be all right. Yeah, there's some interesting characters there. Like, initially when we first heard that this was happening, and then the first trailer dropped, and I was like, okay, I'm on board now. You've won me over simply just with the trailer. And then the trailer, this trailer has come out, and it's like, okay, yeah, all right, I'm already on board.
Yeah.
Stop hyping me up even more.
Take
Like,
my money.
yeah, just take my money already. Like it looks really good. It looks really fun. One I wouldn't say there's like, I mean, Sentry's powers do look interesting. Kind of wish we didn't see that in the film. That we get to see that in the film rather than the trailer. But I guess they have to show a bit of Sentry. That's fair enough.
Yeah, well,
But
we still haven't seen Sentry, really.
no. But one thing I will say is the look of the film. It very much like it looks. I don't know how to describe it. Like the color grading on this film
It's
looks
got that
very
Civil
interesting.
War mute tone, I think. I think it
No,
does. I think it's got that Civil
I,
War grey.
I, I, I don't think Civil War has a grey tone. I think Civil War is a very the colors don't pop in the sense of there's color there, but they don't pop. Whereas this is like there's no color at all. There's like two max. There's like a
Red.
green, maybe a bit of grey. A slight red, obviously, of
Yeah.
course, but no, I think that the color grading on this looks really good, and it makes the film stand out a lot, and it makes it look like a much darker tone, and especially when they show off that void thing where he just kind of flings that guy and he becomes a shadow.
Yeah,
I think that's like
I was
it's a
looking
very
into it.
dark thing. So like it's got me, man, and I'm excited. It looks really good. Definitely a very. I'm really happy that Marvel have taken on point because it's been a couple of years now where, like, I know you were saying about the color grading of Civil War, but a lot of films have that color grading
Yeah.
after Civil War. Infinity War, Endgame. Infinity War is a bit more orange, but Endgame definitely has that color grading. This looks like it's its own thing, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, look, I'm with you on that. There isn't much colour, that's why I'm saying it's kind of got that grey feel to it, which I'm okay with. Um, but are you getting that sort of feeling of like there is no worries going into this at all, or are you still got some apprehension and you're like,
It's hard to say. I think we've said this for a long time now. Captain America is going to be the real test for us because it's the first movie after all these big delays. It's the
yeah,
first movie we've had in a year, really. Yeah, we've had Deadpool and Wolverine last year, but that was more of a Ryan Reynolds, Sean Levy, and those guys sorting all that out. There wasn't obviously there was the MCU, it was involved, but I feel like this was something that they created, and yeah, Kevin Feige obviously had a hand in it, and he's obviously a producer and stuff. But this is going back to just the MCU and
yeah,
that sort of thing. So, but yeah, as for the color grading, I think it looks awesome. It looks very distinct. I know you say Civil War does look similar. I disagree with that. I think Civil War has a very bland, but this has like a darker sort of like almost near. Do you know what it reminds me of, Callum? Certain scenes in Transformers Rise, like certain scenes in that film in was it Dark Side of the Moon, where they're in like Russia and it's like the start of the film and they have that big action sequence. That's what it reminds me of, like the color
yeah,
grading, and it's gonna be. It looks interesting that we're gonna get that whole thing. But New York's looking pretty dark, man. Like, I mean,
meh.
I know we've seen a dark side of New York from Daredevil, obviously in the Netflix show, but this looks like it's gonna be on a bigger scale, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that they've bought Avengers Tower and then they're gonna say that's the Watchtower. That's something to do with Sentry. I know. What I can say for Thunderbolts again is they do not miss with the music in the trailers. Starship, nothing's gonna stop us now. And it's building up, building up, building up. And we do this together and it's like, oh my god. I'm gonna say something quite controversial, Kyle. I'm actually looking
Okay,
forward to this more than Superman though.
that is quite controversial.
That
Yeah.
is quite controversial. But this trailer just made me feel safe and at home. And it just took me back to 2016, 2017. And there's no worries in the world. And I was watching it and I was thinking, this is going to be
I
great.
get that. I get that feeling. I do get that. I feel like I get more of the Marvel-y feel when
Yeah.
it comes to Captain America and the trailers we've had for that. That's where I'm like, okay, this is Marvel, but this feels very. I agree with you, but I sort of disagree with you. I'm like, I get what you're saying, and like I'm excited and I'm pumped, and I have no worries. But at the same time, it just doesn't feel like a Marvel-y film. It just feels like a good action film that
Well,
happens to be a Marvel film. Like I say, it feels very, very distinct.
even with all the humour, I think every joke in the trailer landed. Especially at the end when Yelena says to Alexis, "Have you slept?" He says, I'll sleep when I'm dead. And it's like John Walker. It's like, I don't feel like dying today. It's like someone else drive.
Yeah, we'll have to see how the other jokes land. I know there's a fair few that I'd say like probably don't land in certain Marvel films, but a lot of them do, and you can't please everyone, I guess. I can imagine that's probably going to be something someone complains about, but so far, yeah, the humor's looking
Yeah.
promising, and the banter between the squad. So yeah,
And like I say, it might just be me. A couple of things I picked up on in the trailer is I thought for a long time that Taskmaster's going to die at the beginning. I've seen a lot of people breaking this trailer down going, yeah, still no Taskmaster near the end. There's actually a shot in the trailer where you see the three people run out of the exploding room with a door coming down. There's actually, because it's like a four-walled sort of room with them doors all around. you actually see Taskmaster slide out at the other side, and there's a shot of that. So they might have just put that in there, so it's like, see, no, Taskmaster doesn't die here, but who knows?
I mean, Marvel are quite deceptive when it comes to their trailers, so I mean, take anything they do with a grain of salt when it comes to certain story elements or characters' demise or their involvement.
Yeah.
Because you can, I think one of the good things that Marvel trailers do, and they still stick to it. I mean, you know, there is that obvious one of like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. That was very much like the trailers kind of give you everything, even the nice surprises of, Xavier coming back in the yellow chair. So it's good Marvel of sort of, I would have preferred not having any Sentry at all in the trailers.
Well, I think
just me.
I think they did the best of like a perfect middle ground. To me,
yeah.
Of it's like, look, we need to get people interested in this, but also we don't want to reveal too much to the Marvel fans who know who Sentry is. So I think the most you see of him is like his colour is in costume, and he's got the blonde hair, and then obviously when he's the Void, it'll change. It's when he pushes Alexia out the window, and you see the gauntlet and the arm and the blonde hair, and that's it.
It's very much like how they don't show Galactus in the Fantastic Four trailer. Like you see the back of him, it's like a more of a silhouette than anything. But yeah, no, it's. I'll say that I'm fine with that. And again, it looks like their trailers are just sort of like. It sounds bad, but they're repeating some of the bits they've had in the previous trailer, which is fine. You don't want to show more, so I'm glad that Marvel are doing that. Then rather showing a load of stuff here, a load of stuff there. Marvel are good at the trailers. Bar Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, but yeah, that's where I'll stand with that.
Yeah. One more thing I picked up on, and then I've got a question to ask you, is I am sensing a bit of a Ghost and Winter Soldier relationship. Yeah,
I don't know about that. I don't know where you got that from.
Go back and watch the trailer, and there's certain shots, and I'm thinking, and they've both got a past. They both used to do hits for Hydra and stuff like that. So maybe that's something to connect them. There's just
potentially
there's a certain shot when they're tied up, and it's the way. I mean, to be honest, it's probably the way that most women look at Sebastian Stan, but it's the way that Hannah John Carmen's character is looking at Sebastian Stan, and I'm thinking.
So that's why the Winter Soldier is washing his arm.
Yeah, well, even when they walk out of the building, she's carrying it out for him, so.
She's like, fuck that, I'm taking it home.
Yeah, that's my finger blast of 5,000.
Jesus Christ.
And one last question, Kyle, before we move on to the next thing we're going to be talking about. Who do you think, when it's all said and done, who do you think is going to be the standout character of this film? Who do you think people are actually going to probably fall in love with the most?
I would say probably Yelena, even though she's already loved. But I feel like it's to a small, or not like a small audience, but like a small section of like fans and regular moviegoers that go and watch Marvel films and superhero films. I feel like this is the film where she's going to have the chance to sort of like shine, because everyone more or less knows who. I feel bad now. I've forgotten her name. Florence Pugh. Yeah, a lot of people know who she is as an actress from the standpoint. She's in loads of things like Dune. She's in award-winning films, so she's very well known.
Yeah.
But in the Marvel thing, I feel like she's known and she's loved, but this is going to be like, okay, this is going to bring her to the center stage. She's going to be up there now. For me, I think after this film, with the likes of Anthony Mackie and other characters like that, she's going to be at the top.
Yeah.
And I think, and this might be a bit controversial actually, Callum, but I think she'll surpass in popularity than the original Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson's version. Like, I'm not saying Scarlett Johansson's is bad. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Yelena's just got more of a personality, and a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah.
Hence why I think this character may be a bit more popular. Because so far, everyone loves her and everyone wants to see more of her. Whereas like Black Widow, it was like, oh, it's cool to see her, and you do obviously want to see that character grow and more, but Yelena does kind of steal the show when she's literally
Yeah.
walks into the scene. You look at Hawkeye, even look at the Black Widow film, she steals the show on that, which I thought it was going to be Red Guardian, to be honest, because he's fucking hilarious, but Yelena just is, yeah, she's a show stealer, I guess you
Yeah.
could say.
Well, I think a lot of people are going to walk out of this falling in love with John Walker. I've just got a feeling that,
Yeah,
because he went from being so hated at the beginning of Falcon and Winter Soldier to turning it around and people liking him at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier. You see a lot of parallels with him and Alexei. Alexei's there with his daughter, Yelena, and then you see John looking at Alexei and stuff like that, probably thinking, because he's got a child at home, and the fatherly parallels, and how maybe he can be a better dad for him.
yeah, I don't doubt that. I think I'm very excited to see US Agent come to life, and like, it, I don't want to say they did him dirty, but they definitely made us dislike USA Agent way too much in the Falcon
Oh
and Winter
yeah,
Soldier show, which I get. But then at the end of the show, if you follow it through and watch it, you end up loving the character, and you kind of, get a sense of what's going through his head. So I agree with you. I agree with you. I just think Yelena is going to be like put to like the center stage. He's going to go a completely new higher level. But whereas John Walker, I definitely think he's going to be bulked up significantly as well.
definitely. And they've got that cowl fitting a lot better. I've been watching the scene from the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier where he gets his US Agent costume and it's just a black version of his Captain America costume. They're very, very different now, the costumes, and his helmet fits a lot better than the one from the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier. But anyway, guys, let us know what you thought about the Thunderbolts trailer. Are you glazing it as much as I am? Are you being a little bit more apprehensive like Kyle? Playing it on the safe side? Where does Thunderbolts rank now in terms of superhero movies coming out in 2025? Because
I wouldn't say I'm on the safe side. I say I'm very excited for it. My doubts are pretty much gone.
this,
But I can understand that people will have their doubts still.
Yeah.
We have to just wait until Captain America initially, but the
Friday.
trailers so far are hitting it to the top spot every time, and Captain America is looking amazing.
social media embargo tomorrow, review embargo Wednesday. So yeah, I just feel like now maybe they should have saved this trailer. Just in case Cap don't go the way they wanted it to go, then this is an ace up the sleeve. Where they can go, boom! And it'd probably turn a lot of people going, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. At least this is cemented in people's minds. It was played at the Super Bowl, so if people are not interested in going to see, because I know, like, it sounds bad, but I know there's a lot of people that probably aren't interested in going to see the new Captain America film.
Yeah.
You should be interested. I think it looks really good from what we heard, and obviously the whole controversy with the reshoots and stuff. We found out all that was pretty much just fake news. So I think at least this is something that people will still be excited for. I wouldn't necessarily say, oh, you should have saved it after the Captain America film, just in case it is not great, because you've already got this big audience now that are
that
Super
shows
Bowl worldwide.
confidence in Cap anyway, that they're not saving like this silver
Exactly, yeah.
after. So yeah, look, May 2nd, can't get here quick enough. It's a bank holiday weekend as well, Kyle, so that means long weekend when this comes out. Can't wait. Let's get on to our next topic.
Lucky for